Hi guys, this is Melissa and this is my 38th week pregnancy vlog. This week has been just like any other week, full of different symptoms, but we are trucking along. According to my app, I have 1 week and like 5 days. So this isn't actually my 38th week, like turnover day. That was on Sunday and today is Wednesday. So we have just a little less than 2 weeks before the baby's due. Hopefully it'll come a little bit sooner. That's what I'm hoping. My husband is hoping that it will come right on time or maybe even a little bit late, but I'm secretly doing those lunges and just crossing my fingers and hoping that the baby will be here soon. The main side effects that I have had this week are, of course, Braxton Hicks. When I first started getting Braxton Hicks, I didn't realize what they were. Everyone else describes them as tightening of like your muscles. I feel like they feel very similar to just menstrual cramps. I get them, I feel the pain in my back and lower abdomen, and it's really uncomfortable. It doesn't last for a really long time. Knowing that it doesn't last for a long time helps me cope, knowing that it's going to be over in a minute or two. But every now and then I do get a pretty big one, and I think that's probably close to what a contraction feels like, and it's like, whew, that was really quite painful. I have very little fear about having a baby. I'm not scared about labor. You know, I'm ready just to not be pregnant. I'm almost just excited about not being pregnant as I am about having a baby. And I think that's just because I don't know what it's like to have a baby, but I do know what it's like to not be pregnant. And so I'm excited. I'm excited about having my water break and all the excitement and all the running to the hospital and the nerves and stuff. I'm just excited to experience that. So hopefully it will just all happen. I don't want to say naturally, because I am up for whatever the doctors say for interventions and all that. But I'm just excited to progress. The second symptom that I've had, or side effect that I've had, is really my hands and feet have been falling asleep really easily. I don't really know why, but they've been falling asleep for a few weeks now, and it's okay. It's just weird how easily they fall asleep. Like just by holding the camera, my hands will probably fall asleep. And it's just annoying more than anything. And they get very sore, and I think that's because they are mostly just swollen. So, and this week was kind of funny because April 1st was, I think, a week ago, last Monday, but last time since before I last made a blog, and it was really funny because there's one thing that I've been wanting to do all year long, and that was prank my family pretending that my water broke. So I was just in the kitchen, and my mom and my husband are in the living room, and I just snuck away and basically poured some water down my pants. And I was just like, Mom, I think I've peed myself or my water just broke. And my mom, who's actually a very professional RN, has been a nurse for about 23 years now. She comes running into the room. She says, well, first she says an explicit, which she doesn't normally ever. She said a wordy dirt. And then she's just like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Oh my goodness, she could not hold herself together at all. Completely like lost it. Dan was just like, he had like a face on, like he just like wasn't engaged in the moment. He didn't know what to think. And then I was like, April Fools. And it was just really funny. Maybe it was a had to be there moment, but it was really funny. I got a fist bump from my husband, so that's pretty good. I like it when I earn a fist bump from my husband. That's really good. Tomorrow I have another doctor's appointment. Last doctor's appointment, we found out that I am group B strep positive, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. And also I found out that my cervix is closed, baby's down but not engaged, or whatever that means. And I'm not anywhere near into having a baby just yet. But the group B strep, which is the bacteria that about 1 in 4 people have. I don't really know much more about it. I think it's actually sort of a new thing that they've been testing over just the last 10-15 years. And I am positive for it. Basically, that means that I need to be on antibiotics right before going to labor, about 4 hours before the baby's here. So they're going to give me 2 sets of antibiotics. And everyone seems really chilled out about it. Everyone seems really like, okay, well, no big deal. We'll just give you this drug, and then your baby will be immune, because if the baby gets it, it will get breathing problems. Well, I did a little YouTubing, which is probably just as smart as Googling. I YouTubed Group B strep, and this woman was actually saying that she's choosing to be induced because her last baby contracted Group B strep during delivery and then later died of it. And the reason she wants to be induced is because she didn't have enough time between going into labor and delivering the baby with her first child, so she wanted to plan it so that she knew that she had time to get that antibiotics in her. And it was a little bit crazy, a little bit scary, so I'm going to talk to my doctor about that tomorrow. They all seem really like chilled out. Like, I mean, if it is a 1 in 4 chance that you're going to get it, then, I mean, there must be a pretty common protocol for all that. So I'm positive for that, which is like I said in my last blog, which is incredibly weird to be positive for anything. I was really just shocked. But, you know, my mom said that she was tested negative, and then she had my sister, and later on was tested positive. And so I guess I'd rather be tested positive than negative, you know, because if they can miss it like that, then I'd rather just be better safe than sorry. Tomorrow I've got this doctor's appointment, and I'm going to have my ultrasound, and my mother will be there, which will be awesome. And I have a feeling that there will be some tears and stuff, because she's not been able to be a part of any of this pregnancy, as far as going to any of the doctor's visits or seeing any of the ultrasounds or being involved in that way, because we spent so much of my pregnancy in England, and now she's going to be able to see the baby, and I'm really excited. And I don't know how big a 38-week baby will be. On an ultrasound, I would imagine that you can't see very much. Like, you wouldn't be able to see the entire child at the same time. You'd have to see bits and pieces, but it'll be really good because all the little bits and pieces will be you know, pretty well plump and formed. And I'm just really excited about seeing my doctor, and hopefully I am a little bit dilated. I would be quite happy if I was like a 2 or 3. I'd be pretty stoked because like I said, I don't really have any fear. I'm ready to go, ready to rumble. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Oh, right. So I've been talking about these gifts that I want to give for Dan. For every centimeter I do dilate, I'm going to get a gift, and he's going to get a gift. And I'll show you what gifts I have. They are wrapped, so you're not going to get to really see them. But I've got my Sesame Street wrapping. And this here is just a bag of socks. No, I'm lying. This is a bag of a really nice underwear. He needed some underwear, so I'm going to use this opportunity to get him some. And this here is something fun. He's been wanting to do some, what is this? Frisbee golf. This is a Frisbee golf beginner set. It's got 3 different Frisbee golf Frisbees in there, and so he will be really happy about that. So hopefully this week I've decided I'm probably going to get him some gift cards, because he's kind of gone on this kick about going to McDonald's and getting himself some mocha frappuccino or something. He doesn't like coffee, but he's discovered a coffee at McDonald's that he does like, and pretty much every day he's like, I'm gonna go get a coffee, and I'm like, all right, so I might as well just give him a gift card so that he can just do that whenever he wants. Dan, bless his heart, is looking for another job, because unfortunately the job he's on now, they have changed his hours around, and they have lowered his pay. Some of the policies at the work he's in have changed, so it's just not the same job that he got in the beginning, which was literally a month ago. And so he's going to apply for a different job. The job he's applying for is actually an incredibly high-paying job. So prayerfully we could get that. He has had 3 phone interviews, and on Monday he's taking a test. And I think if he does well on the test, he'll get the job. So prayerfully we'll hear something really good about that. And also prayerfully we'll hear something good about his visa. I sent it out a couple weeks ago. And hopefully we'll be able to hear that he got his visa renewed. Right, fun stuff. Now, my aunt mailed me some gifts. I got a Fisher-Price. I've put it together. Here's my Fisher-Price, like, baby bouncy chair. And, of course, we don't know the gender, so I think these are beautiful colors for not knowing the gender. I'm a girl, and I love frogs and butterflies. And, of course, Dan likes snails. So these are really good toys. A good little bouncy chair. It vibrates. We don't have the batteries for it yet, but that sings. And it rocks. And it can be adjusted to fit a toddler, or it can be adjusted to sit up so that you can do some feeding and stuff. It suggests that you can also let your baby sleep in it. I've read some articles about SIDS and about how important it is to leave your baby sleeping flat on their back with no bumpers, with nothing around it, flat on your back. So I don't think I'll be letting my baby sleep in something like this, but I'm a new mom. I don't know what I'm talking about, so you never know. I might change my mind. This is also something she got us, another Munchkin product. This is it's a bottle dryer, and it spins, and it's pretty cute. And I actually did need something like that. She also got us 4 onesies. This is for 0 to 3 months. Gender neutral, very cute. Yellows and greens and oranges, very pretty. And some Love's diapers, 104 Love Super Absorbent Leak Guard diapers. And I'm happy about this because even though we're doing our, we're going to do reusable diapers a couple weeks after the baby's born, I did buy some White Cloud diapers, which I feel like probably are an off-brand that may or may not do well. So I'm happy to have Love's because, of course, that's a recognizable brand that has a really good reputation. Something also really awesome that came into the mail today, or this week, is this blanket. My mother-in-law, who's super creative, made this blanket. She learned how to do a new stitching, which is this border stitching here, which is really, really thick, really tight stitches, and then some wider ones. And it's really beautiful. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but the red sparkles. And it's just a really beautiful color. These are actually pretty much our colors from our wedding. We had a very colorful wedding. We didn't have one color. We had lots of colors. So it's just really special to have this blanket made by my mother-in-law, and I have a feeling she's going to be sending us some new things. Something else that's happened this week is that we got a new table. I'll show you our first table. It's got stuff on it because we're going to give it back to my grandma. It was a little bitty table. This table seats 6, and it's from a restaurant that my dad works at, and it's industrial. It's not going to break. It's lasted for years and years, and probably had thousands of people sitting at it. So I really need to clean it, even though I'm sure his staff did clean it between people sitting at it. So it's a really good table, and I'm really excited that we have something super solid and colorful to sit on. You can't tell because this one has got stuff on it. I'll see if I can take it off. Dan found this other table at the same establishment, and it was actually a really tall table, but he took the tall table legs off of it and put some little legs on it, and he's turned it into a very small table. So we don't know what we're going to do with that. We don't know if we're going to make that into a coffee table, or I might just put some pretty books on it, or some like a pretty vase or something. I don't know. It's sort of at an awkward height, and with that rug, I don't know if that pattern will match that pattern. So I don't know if it's going to go on the rug. I don't know. Also, something really random he found are these cushions. He sort of is a creative guy, so he has these visions about things that he could do with stuff. I don't know what we're going to do with these cushions, but we have these massive cushions that we need to find something for. So yeah, let's do the belly shot. See here. Here I am at 38 weeks pregnant. As always, I've got my pajama pants on. Today I'm rocking, what are these? Strawberry shortcake pajama pants. So yeah, I'm 38 weeks pregnant. I don't have any stretch marks, and my belly button is still pretty much still in. And yeah, I don't even know if it looks any different. You know, I don't know how much more the baby's going to be growing. I don't even know if or when I'll drop. I don't know what it looks like to drop So, but anyways, 38 weeks pregnant. Wouldn't this be wonderful if this were my last vlog as a pregnant person? That would be really interesting. That would be really wonderful. But we will find out. And I'd like to do a little bit of a shout out to my friend Ellen. Ellen Smith, if you watch these, bless your heart, you sweet little thing. I miss you, and hopefully very soon I'll be start making vlogs about our adventure together. My friend Ellen, who's coming from England in June. The baby will be about 6 weeks old, and we are going to have a rockin' awesome time. So anyways, love you, girl. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you very much. Bye.